Hello there. This is Zakynthos. Welcome to the Zakynthos podcast. So we've seen in the news about the coalition. They've split up, the Liberals and the Nationals, and this video will explore what is the problem with the Liberal Party and the Nationals and the coalition combined, and why Labor is a tight-knit unit. For me, I'm sorry about the Bondi massacre. We will work from the top of the queue, the latest news. Like Harold knows, at a call center, you work from the top of the queue. So, the Liberals and the Nationals split. Sorry, I'm a bit shy. They split because they couldn't come to an agreement regarding the hate laws. The Liberals weren't happy with the Labor Party, where they drew up the gun laws and the hate laws because of the Bondi massacre, where, may they rest in peace, 15 people died because the 15 Jews were killed. The government then implemented the federal government gun law, hate law, and the Liberals were not happy with it. So Prime Minister Albanese split up the gun law and the hate laws to make the coalition, the Liberal Party, happy. But they still weren't happy. The Liberal Party still weren't happy. The Greens, so to pass the law, the Labor Party needed the Greens or the Liberals. The Liberals wouldn't do it. The Greens, I think, approved of the gun laws. The Liberal... Anyway, to cut a long story short, 2 nights ago, they stayed up till maybe 8 o'clock, whatever. The lower house approved, the Liberals approved it. Not just the Liberals, or the Liberals and the coalition approved the gun laws and the hate law. We're talking about the hate laws. So the hate law is, just don't call them Jews, anti-Semitic, this and that, and even applied to Muslims, whatever. The lower house passed it, the House of Representatives. The upper house, which is the Senate, that 2 nights ago, I think, the Liberals thought, we'll approve it, probably with some concessions. 3 national senators in the upper house disapproved it. They crossed the floor. One of them was Bridget McKenzie, the other one, I'm not sure what his name was, and the other woman was Susan McDonald. And because of the Windsor system or shadow cabinet, these 3 were sacked from the shadow cabinet. And what did we hear last night at 8:30 Adelaide time? 7:30 Adelaide time. Right at the smack of that, 8 others walked. So 11 have gone. And Susan Ley accepted their resignation. David Littleproud, who is the leader of the Nationals, he was against it. Now, I have a lot of respect for David Littleproud. He's the Nationals leader. He's better than, for me, Barnaby Joyce and Malcolm McCormack. Malcolm McCormack was an okay guy. Barnaby Joyce, I don't know, the less said the better. They had we'll go back in time, they had David Littleproud on the show on the 7:30 report last Friday, Thursday. David Spears asked him, don't you want the gun laws? No. Now, the Nationals, the Liberal Party are right-wing. I like myself. Except we like solar panels and batteries, if that's the only thing. The Nationals are for rural and regional, so they represent the farmers. Now, this area is it's important. The Nationals believe that you can have whatever guns you want. They need them for defense, for shooting foxes, wolves, whatever, to protect their farm, their livestock, fine. Now, the Liberals and the Nationals, after the Bondi shooting, the Labor Party said, and this is the state government, the New South Wales state government, straight away, because it happened in Bondi in Sydney, let's ban guns. You don't need 10 guns. 10, that's right, 10 guns. Some people in Sydney have got 10 guns. And the Liberal Party, and the Labor Party, Chris Minns, who's the Premier of New South Wales, said, you don't need so many guns. Do you blame him? He makes sense. That's why he's Premier. That's why he's leading the state. That's why you, Liberal Party, are not leading the state in New South Wales, because he has a brain and you guys don't. He said you don't need that many guns. What have the Liberal Party said? Guns don't kill people, people kill people. Yeah, but it was done with guns. If you take out the guns, the bad guys don't get access to those guns. It's called mathematics, plain and simple. And I just, it's a nice day today. Chris Minns brought in that thing. He brought in hate speech laws as well. The guns, I can understand what the Liberal Party is saying, you'll be able to find a gun, but the government can do both if the Liberal Party allows. Bring whatever other laws, but why have so many guns to begin with? I don't have a gun in my house. Who has a gun in their house? They did the buyback back in 1995, and some people got money for their guns. You don't need a gun. There was a particular person who said, name starts with S. And so I said to him, you don't need a gun. And this particular individual said to me, yeah, you need it for self-defense. Self-defense against who? Only the police should. In the States, say we're in South Australia. We're in South Australia, right? Who needs a gun? Only the police. And what? Do you really think the police will kill you? If they point a gun at you, you put your hands up, and then they'll pull out a taser, they won't pull a gun. Do you know when the police in South Australia will use a gun? When you pull out a knife at them. And I don't blame them, shoot to kill. If I go at a police officer with a knife, I deserve everything I get. And this applies to particular individuals in the Northern Territory that are waving knives around and scissors. Of course the cop shot him. What do you expect? If the police officer says, please kindly put your weapon down. No. Bang, that's it. We warned you once, twice, and it's the same rule applies. These two individuals were Muslim. I don't know what they were maybe even of Indian descent. I recognize the name straight away, but that's very minority. Indians and Pakistanis just do not do this. But these guys were indoctrinated. They were brainwashed. Father and son, that was it 2-3 Sundays ago now, 4 a month ago. They shot all these people at Hanukkah on the Sunday, but they had access not to just shotguns. One of them was trained with an AR-15, like semi-automatic. And the way the father got access to the weapon, there's not a proper gun check in this country, but now it is very hard to get a weapon now. For me to get a weapon, they look at everything at me. They'll look at my size, my history, my demeanor, my intelligence. Have you ever used a gun before? Why do you want the gun? Oh, because I live in urban Adelaide and I'm scared of people at my fence. And they go, that's no excuse. And they're right. You don't need a gun. Because guns, and I want to say this to the Liberal Party, people don't kill people, guns kill people. So eliminate that variable, get rid of the guns, make it very hard. What the Liberal Party is saying on the they're saying that on the black market it's very easy to get guns. Well, yeah, it is. If you want something illegal, you can get it, but beside the point, you have to still make it difficult. Just because the door is open doesn't mean you can't close it and therefore lock it. Oh, it doesn't matter, they can open the door anyway. Yeah, but it's a good idea to lock it with a lockwood, you know what I mean, and put a wide door there. It does make a difference. Liberal Party, it does make a difference. So I applaud the Labor Party in New South Wales. Chris Minns brought that in, and then they brought in the protests. We'll get back to the topic of Susan Lee and David Littleproud afterwards. But in New South Wales, we're going back about 3 weeks ago, Chris Minns did a lot of press conference after the Bondi shooting. And the Chris Minns thing is linked to what the federal government are doing now with hate speech. He brought in his own hate speech as well. You cannot hold, when you go to, and maybe in South Australia as well it is, you can't go in the city, do a protest and hold a swastika, a German sign above you. You'll get heavily fined, if not go to jail. If you do the Nazi salute, I can't even do it on the video. I'll get heavily fined. And I've heard Sky News, I've heard 5AA. Sky News is very good, to be fair. I watch the ABC, Channel 24, they're good, but Sky News expand further. And if you really, if you're bored, I highly recommend the Young Turks. I highly recommend it because they talk about American news and politics. And you think, Zakynthos, why do I care about American news and politics? Because they talk about Israel, they expand on it. The problem with the ABC here and Sky News, they're regimented in their time slots. 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes. As soon as they talk, oh, guys, we have to go. See you later. Peter Credlin's on there. Oh, guys, see you later. Leith Forrest is there. Oh, see you later. Yep. Very soon it's Stacey Lee. When the gentleman from the Young Turks starts talking, there are no commercials on the Young Turks. There's a little snippet of a mobile phone company in America, but they talk and they expand. That's the difference. And that's what we're doing here on the Zakynthos podcast. We're expanding. I'm not limited. Oh God, the time's running out. It's night time. No. So I can take as long as I want, bitches. I can expand on it. And UZ should wake up as well. Everyone knows who Z is. Anyway, beside the point. So Chris Minns brought in the protest laws. And you know the New South Wales police force, they're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't. Again, they've got protests. And what the New South Wales police have done in the last 2 days, or it was on the weekend, you can protest, but you can't walk the street. Yeah, you can't walk the street. So these protests, so what is the point? Like, I've got nothing better to do. Say that I'm allowed to walk Hindley Street, whatever, or in nothing better to do 3 p.m. Sunday afternoon. I would rather watch soccer on Paramount Plus, you stupid fucking idiots. And these are not Jewish people walking the streets. They're not the one doing the protests. It's the Palestinians, the pro-Palestinian groups. The so-called leftists, because they've got nothing better to do. Oh, because they did this to our... But that's not the answer, blocking the street. New South Wales, you blocked the bridge. Forget the activists, the climate activists a year ago that someone was hanging from a bridge. Hang him there, let him hang. He blocked the whole thing, the underpass. This was a year ago in Adelaide. The New South Wales, so the cops, that's why they've gone to a judge and said, we can't hack it anymore. They have all these police officers working overtime on Sunday because he's got these people. I won't say what ethnicity they are. They ain't Jewish. And they're not Anglo-Saxon either, man, to be fair. They got nothing better to do. This is not we're protesting. Yeah, but you have the legal right to protest, but not to block other people on the bridge. There are cars on the bridge piled up because of the protest. Imagine you're stuck in the car for an hour. Can you imagine? The Jews don't do it. But the synagogues, the Jewish synagogues have been bombed, firebombed. Every 4 months there's a Jewish synagogue firebombed. They're not mosques. The Muslim mosques, the thing, like Sky News said. So then what happened is, let's fast forward a bit. Chris Minns, the Premier of New South Wales, then said, I want to do a royal commission. Anyway, I don't blame him. I want to do a royal commission into the Bondi attack. Because the federal government have done royal commissions into aged care, the old people aged care, the child care. Now we know the federal government have given lots of $1 billion to the child care, therefore. They've done royal commission into other stuff as well. The robo-debt. They've done a royal commission into the domestic violence. And they've done one maybe to the advanced veterans, whatever they're called. And so because the Royal Commission, it may be expensive, may take time, but that will expand on everything. Everyone is interviewed. I think you have a Senate Oversight Committee that looks into stuff. Chris Minns wanted it. He's doing one. And the whole shitstorm that the Liberals and the Nationals are saying from December 15, the Bondi attack onwards, why doesn't Albanese, the Prime Minister of Australia, do a Royal Commission? Now, what they did the very next day after the Bondi attack, they did not a commission, but an analysis of the ASIO, the police, the federal police, whatever. Look, if they don't want to do a Royal Commission, who's going to bitch and moan? Yes, I'm a Liberal supporter, but you have to be fair. The Liberal Party, they've got something to hide. They've got nothing to hide. The Royal Commission will interview everyone. And they're blaming they're still to this day, even Sky News, they're blaming Albanese for the 15 deaths of the Jews. So you really think the Albanese government will go, oh, that's great, fantastic, they're all dead, the 15? You really think so? This is a problem not easily solved. I know it's not easily solved because I watch the Young Turks sometimes. Sky News target Jacinta Allen all the time. She's the Victorian Labor Premier. And they target Albanese. Sky News Australia do not target Malinauskas, the Premier of South Australia, at all. I wonder why. They don't target Chris Minns of New South Wales. I wonder why. And they don't target anyone else. It's their enemy. They're fixated, like, those guided missiles on Jacinta, because Chris Minns can't do no wrong. Now we're talking about New South Wales because that's where it happened, and a lot of the federal politicians, Labor and Liberal, 65% are based in New South Wales, the other 30% are based in Queensland. And because a lot of there are 5 federal Labor ministers that are based, female, that they just won election 8 months ago, they're based in Queensland. So it's not just Jim Chalmers and Annika Wells that are based in Queensland. I mean, Peter Dutton was based in Queensland as well, Barnaby, a lot of them. So anyway, when Chris Minns heard, to cut a long story short, Albanese gave way a week and a half ago, we'll do a Royal Commission. They all begged him, former actors, swimmers, that swimmer. I don't know, she's, anyway, gay, but not any that there's anything wrong with it. So Prime Minister Albanese did a Royal Commission because every man and his dog wanted it. All the Jewish lobbyists wanted it in Sydney and all throughout Australia. Sports people, journalists, all of Sky News wanted it. And he gave in the end. Tony Burke about 3 weeks ago said it'll take too long, but the federal government have caved in, and credit to them. I guess they were told what to do, and they're doing a Royal Commission now, and some woman is in charge of it. And the woman that they found, I can't remember her name, Josh Frydenberg is not happy. A lot of them are not happy because she's left. Well, who do you guys want? If she's left, she's right, she's middle. Who does the Liberal Party want? You guys wanted a royal commission. There you go, the federal government have done it. We fast forward to now, where the federal government has brought in the hate speech, the hate laws and the gun laws, and the Senate have, the 11 have defected. The Nationals are now split from the Liberal Party, so there's no coalition. They had Patricia Karvelas on before on the ABC talking to Susan McDonald, one of the Liberal senators that defected. She goes, would you guys go back and form the coalition again, Nationals combining with the Liberal Party, if Susan Ley is not there anymore? And she wouldn't answer. Because David Littleproud said, we're at an impasse now, we completely disagree with Susan Ley. What's happened, there's a line in the sand that's been drawn right through the middle. If you are Liberal, a lot of them have become moderates and they've shifted to the centre. These are right-wingers that have shifted to the centre. The Nationals, no way will they shift to the centre, not 1 millimetre. And it's proven today, it was proven last night. With the hate laws and the gun laws, they won't even agree on the gun laws. And so David Pemberty said this morning on 5AA, this should have been a problem for Albanese, all this. The Bondi attacks, Albanese being forced to do the Royal Commission. But he can do no wrong, because what's happened, it's almost like someone in the Liberal Party just accidentally activated a grenade or threw it in the air. All the Liberals and the Nationals have run for cover. And it's blown up in their faces now. They are a complete rebel. For me, the Nationals are completely in the wrong. Barnaby Joyce defected. Maybe he saw the writing. He didn't like David Littleproud. Let's be brutal here, because David Littleproud forced Barnaby Joyce to the back bench, kicked him out of the shadow cabinet about 7 months ago now. So when the Labor won the election, David Littleproud became leader, I think. Now, I believe 2 more will defect to the One Nation Party as well. Pauline Hanson's One Nation Party. Two more people. I believe so, at least another one. It can't be just Barnaby Joyce now. And because what's happened now, the One Nation Party have a primary vote of 21%, almost as big as the Liberal. The two-party preferred I keep seeing in all age groups, 18-24, 45 to 60, it comes up on the X or the Twitter, is 56-44, 56 Labor, 44 Liberal. So the two-party preferred will never go Liberals' way, never. And now, people like Tony Abbott and previous, when the Liberals and the Nationals split a year ago, Tony Abbott and John Howard said, this is not good. They're better when they're combined. Well, now they'll never combine, my friend. They never will combine now. The first time they broke up, what's that old saying? Once bitten, twice shy. Yeah, it's twice shy now, and that's it. For me now, David Littleproud and Susan Ley. Susan Ley is a right-wing moderate, and David Littleproud is hard right-wing. That's it. That you draw a line in the sand. Anybody on the Nationals is completely right-wing, and anybody there in the Liberal Party have moved towards Labor. The Liberal Party are smart because they know they won't get any votes. 2028 is the next federal election. The Liberal Party know that to get votes, they have to copy at least 70% of the ideology of the Labor Party. You can't just, we're going to do our own thing. The Labor Party must have done something right when they won the elections 9 months ago. They got 94 seats out of 150. For majority, they needed, I don't know, what was it, 60, 50? They got 94. Now, they could lose 10 or 12 federal seats come 2028, but the most frightening part is Albanese could get a third term, and it's never been done before in the federal government in this country, a third term. 2 terms had never been done by a Labor Prime Minister. The last time it happened was in 2004, they said, but for 3 terms in a row, no, it could be in the record books. I could be mistaken. Anybody want to comment in YouTube? Feel free. Not that anybody does, but it's there if you want to comment. And YouTube will be happy to read your comments. And for me, I was a big critic of, now Susan Lee is now, she won't be there on Monday. It can't happen now because the Nationals don't want her. The Nationals, so what's David Littleproud, what are you hoping for, man? That Susan Lee will resign? Now who's going to go in? Andrew Hastie? Angus Taylor? Really? Angus Taylor was the shadow treasurer. Ask Jim Chalmers why the federal government won the election. Jim Chalmers said Angus Taylor was not good as a shadow treasurer. They debated. They locked horns 2 or 3 times. And Jim Chalmers was being brutally honest. Look, I've got nothing against Angus Taylor. He's my opposition counterpart. He stuffed up. He fucked up, man. And he's not the only one. Claire O'Neill, who was the housing minister, she locked horns with Joe Stockard. He's gone. So these Labor front benches that won the election that helped Albanese's, he's the captain of a ship and it's a tight-knit ship. They all sing to the same tune. The Liberal Party don't. And so there's a split now between the Nationals and the Liberals will split even more. No one agrees on anything. Susan Lee, she didn't put herself in charge, but they shouldn't have done that. Oh, she's a woman, we'll put her in charge. What, because she was Peter Dutton's right-hand man? Don't put her in charge because she's a woman. There were other women. Oh, Zakynthos, the other women didn't want her. What are you talking about? And this is the thing. So David Littleproud now, what have you done? You're emotional as well, fair enough. You have your beliefs. And you're a Nationals and you stick up for the farmers. So this all comes down to, what it comes down to in the end is they must have guns. No. Who is going to attack a farmer? Who is going to rob a farmer of their livestock? How many guns do you need? See, the National is not asking for 1 or 2 guns per farmer. They want it reinstated. Now the gun clubs, the only place that there should be guns is at a gun club, where the guns are kept at the gun club. Or a shooting range, even the police officers, a SAPOL, whatever, federal police train there, SWAT, JSOC, whatever. The wet sock teams, the NSA have special soldier units, Spetsnaz, whatever. But this thing where, it's hard to believe actually. So they've split now because they don't agree, and the hate laws they'll say it doesn't give freedom of speech to the Muslims. But that's the whole point, because some of the Muslims, I don't want to be rude, but they walk the streets, they hold placards of Hezbollah and other terrorist groups. There are 3 or 4. You can't criticize the Jews. You can't be anti-Semitic. That's the problem. Yes, I'm Greek Orthodox. I stick up for Jewish Orthodox. I'm sorry, that's how it is. But you don't see me in the streets holding placards. I've got better things to do on a Sunday than block traffic. Man. I like this. Oh, la 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 la. Yeah. I mean, mate, seriously. And also what was mentioned is 588 mentioned it as well, and Sky News, they've mentioned it, the One Nation Party, Pauline Hanson's One Nation Party, has stolen votes from the Liberal Party. Nothing's been mentioned about Labor. This is mentioned 3 months ago. Slowly, One Nation Party they predict come the 2028 federal election, One Nation Party going to have a few seats in the lower house. It could be, I don't know if they've got 1 seat or 2, there could be 4 or 5 seats. And give it 10 years from now, One Nation will have more seats than the Liberal Party. If Barnaby Joyce has defected, like we said before, from Nationals to One Nation, who else is going to defect to the One Nation? 5AA have had Pauline Hanson on, and they had her on 10 years ago. No one liked her. She was called whatever. They have her on now, and Graham Gooding said everybody likes her. People called, she was interviewed a year ago, everybody that called her afterwards said they all agree with her. They hear Albanese on the radio, no one likes him. They hear Susan Lee, no one likes her. For me, Susan Lee she'll disagree with me, but she's a moderate right winger. She's shifted to the centre. And it looks like, what Patricia Carvela said today was interesting, that a lot of Liberal figures, senior figures, are very angry with David Littleproud, that he was bossy and this and that. Yeah, I mean, I've seen David Littleproud interviewed. Yeah, I see a different person on the ABC, and you can't hide who you are. When you're interviewed so many times by the ABC, and the ABC grill you, people think, oh no, that's left wing. Not David Spears, not Sarah Ferguson. If you've watched Insiders, you'll see David Spears grill people. And Patricia Karvelas as well. Today, she grilled Susan McDonald. She said, and we say it again, David, are you listening? If Susan Lee resigns, how will you look then? So you don't want her in charge of the Liberal Party. They'll say, Zakithus, no, I don't, because we disagree. Well, she had to side with the government. Because how's she going to look? She knows that her position is untenable anyway. She did the right thing, but you guys in the Nationals have done the wrong thing. Bridget McKenzie, you are the right-hand man. You're the number 2 at the National Party, my dear. What are you doing? You're a married woman yourself. Do you really want so many guns in your house? I don't have a gun in my house. The Young Turks said it 10 years ago. There was a gun. The son found the father's gun. The son took it, boom, blew his head off because he didn't know there was ammunition inside. Don't have it. You don't need one. Oh, they go, you need it for who's going to attack you? Yeah, sure. I mean, you have home invasions, but lock the door, whatever. Because if someone comes into your home and you kill him with a gun, oh, I'll get self-defense. No, you won't. It's different if you come at someone with a knife. If you got a gun and you shoot to kill, you're more liable than the person that was breaking and entering. I kid you not. Guns are for trained law enforcement. You heard it from Zakynthos. Guns are for trained law enforcement. That's it. Don't look at ICE in America, what they're doing where they're going to homes and they grab Hispanics or whatever. The SA police don't do that here, nor does the Australian Federal Police. They won't enter your home without a warrant. They won't kick down your door the way ICE does in America. That's right, in America, ICE are deporting people at will. No warrant, no nothing. So that's the thing. And we'll talk about America. ICE now do as they wish. Like Scott Galloway said on the Pivot podcast, nymag.com, with Kara Swisher. They're the Gestapo. America is not what it was 30 years ago. It's not the land of the free and willing. It is controlled by Trump. And if you look Hispanic or brown, we're not talking Greek, Italian, or Yugoslav. We're talking Hispanic, brown, whatever. You have to have your papers on you. You have to have your birth certificate on you. Driver's license, it's nothing. No, that doesn't prove who you are. And now I just saw a headline on the mobile phone before I did this recording. a 5-year-old was taken from his home by ICE. Now, what does ICE stand for? I don't know. They're deporting people. And another headline on the mobile said that Trump is now going to put another, I don't know what, $100 million, whatever, a certain figure for more funding for ICE. What do the shopping centers do that have got Hispanics working for them in America? They put the Hispanics in the back of the store not to serve now because they're afraid of ICE agents coming inside. And the woman that got shot by ICE, the American Trump's government said she ran someone over. No, if you look at the video, she didn't. She's trying to reverse the car out. Oh, no, Zakynthos. She ran over his foot. No, didn't run over his foot. No. He was not injured at all. He hit her with a gun, shot her 3 times. And what was in her glove box? Bunnies and bears, teddy bears. That's how threatening she was. Trump said that she was a professional agitator. Well, I mean, fine. That's your opinion. What's professional agitator? What are they like the ones the protesters in the city like this? They got nothing better to do. Watch soccer on Paramount. You will learn the strategy of soccer, how they play. It's a sport. It'll entertain you. You learn something. 2 teams competing against each other. No, I want to instigate violence in the city. Of course, the police want to block it. I don't blame them. Don't block the traffic. Become law-abiding citizens. If you don't like the Jewish people, fuck off then. If you don't like it, fuck off. Get the fuck out. Stop blocking the traffic then. That's it. The Jewish people here are not to blame for what's happening in Israel. They're not the ones doing what they're doing in the Gaza Strip. That's Netanyahu. That's the government there in Israel. We're talking about here. And so that's how it is. It's funny, these women that Trump has hired, I don't know where he finds them, they're all pretty, I guess. Naomi Konst, Pam Bondi, Caroline Levitt, and there's another one, they call her Russian asset, the one that's in charge of maybe FBI. But the Pam Bondi, if you can find any videos on TikTok or Facebook, like short reels or YouTube, type in Pam Bondi when she's interviewed. They have Senate committees, but it's not like here where they're polite. They have Senate oversight committees here. In America, they grill them, and Pam Bondi's like this. No, I refuse to answer that question. No, I don't know what you're talking about. It's just the question goes through one ear, out the other. Yeah, like in Stati Psalti. So, I was watching the Young Turks last night, and they were talking about how America is the puppet of Israel. Not Osama bin Laden had mentioned that America was the mother of Israel, but they've become almost like the puppet of Israel. They pour billions of dollars into the Israeli government, and the Israeli government just do as they wish. So look, I'm a Jewish fan, but I have to be fair. What's happening in Gaza? Look, it never surprised me after the 11th October 2 years ago, when the Jews were taken. I knew what was going to happen. We said it together with Dion. We knew once those Jews were abducted, I knew what the Israeli government were going to do. We all knew, and this is what's happened now. But to kill so many, they've sent all these Palestinians back in the Stone Age. But it doesn't give you Palestinians here the right, or the Muslims here, to chant in the street and block the traffic. It doesn't get you anywhere. It might be lucky you get charged, write a fine, and maybe get in prison for 2 or 3 days, which you deserve to get in prison if you're going to do stupid rioting and protesting, blocking the streets. Because it doesn't help the the 6-year-old Palestinian boy that lost both his parents. But you can't hold the Jews accountable here for what's happened in Israel. That's the problem. And so many universities in America, the Jewish, they know which children are Jewish, which students are Jewish. You can't wear that black hat because they'll know, and they'll get attacked. That's how it is. To finish off this video, I'll say one thing and one thing only, and my mum said it, may she rest in peace. Hitler knew how smart these Jews were. That's why he tried to exterminate all of them. I'm not saying it in a derogatory way. What my old lady was trying to say, that Jewish people are some of the smartest people on earth. Yeah, you got the Indians and the Chinese, but the Jewish people, and this applies to the majority of Germans as well. You have German Jews. So many Germans emigrated to America after World War II. A lot of Germans are highly intelligent, but the Jews were even more. I can name some names that are of Jewish background. One of them is the director of Predator Badlands. He's Jewish. Look what he's achieved. All he did, he's just a young man, 35 years old. He uploaded a video about a Portal game. And so that's how, you love or hate the Jews, they're highly intelligent. And that's it. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Zakynthos podcast. Bye-bye everyone.